recording.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Treads, my very own Powered by the Apocalypse game. We will see how this works. Might not. Alright. So, should we go through everyone and just have everybody introduce their characters and what playbook they're doing? Like their characters and then the playbook, and then read the little. I guess not everybody probably has their playbooks up.
I have mine, so I can read that.
I got mine.
Well, if you have your playbook up, read the little blurb underneath the name of your playbook, and then say which moves you've taken and what they do.
Go ahead, Zai.
Cool.
And also what flaw you've taken. Zai, go first.
Okay, so I'm playing Ajit Singh. He's a man with annoyed eyes and oily face. He's going to be mechanic of this tank. And he's recently gotten into the regiment, and he's trying to kind of get along with all the white boys around. He does his best, but sometimes it doesn't work. There's a lot of stuff that is missed in translation. So as a mechanic, his view on things are that everybody around him are fucking morons, can't keep their shit from falling apart, and then they expect me to deal with it. And then stupid asses doing stupid things every time. But at least the pay is good. Well, that's a lie. At least they appreciate me. That's a fucking lie as well. But at least I have the satisfaction of knowing that I'm the one they need, and well, that's true because I'm the only one who can keep this fucking rust bucket going. But that's a quick rundown of Ajit Singh, the mechanic for this tank.
You take.
And my moves, Ajit Singh's moves are jury rigging. So when things go wrong, he gets out of the tank and quickly fixes it. And the other move is he's the best at what he does, which he is. I mean, he's Ajit Singh after all. So that's my intro.
Alright, so who wants to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to be playing the commander role. I'm going to be Willie Hartsock. Commander Hartsock is a down south country bumpkin. I guess he'll be from Alabama. But he knows how to handle tanks. He's not very bright in any other avenue of life. He's an older man, piercing eyes, chiseled face, scarred up. He's been through some combat with the war and kind of got sick of getting paid jack shit and being told to do things he didn't want to do. So now he gets paid jack shit and does what he wants. As far as moves go, I've taken try your best, and while I'm in the tank, anyone else in the tank gets +1 forward to all their moves, so imagine that makes it a bit easier for them to do stuff. I'm not 100% certain on these rules yet. The one in charge, I also have as a second move, and that is when you tell someone to do something dangerous, they get +1 forward to their roll while doing it, and mark honor if they succeed. My flaw is make it simple. Hartsock is smart when it comes to tanks and tank warfare, but he's straightforward. He doesn't want super complicated plans. All right, let's do a figure eight and sweep around this way. No, let's drive through that fucking building and let's just ram the side of this tank. Keep it simple, stupid, and it'll all work out. So that's Willie Hartsock in a nutshell, and I will sound like a redneck when we're playing him.
Willie Hartsock.
Mm-hmm.
Go to me. Y'all didn't read your blurb under the name on the sheet.
Shit.
Not even one of y'all did.
One. For commander, you're hard and in charge. You still want your team to do good, though. The team can work well together, they know that, but sometimes they argue, they bicker, they try to work in opposite directions. Sometimes you gotta put your foot down. And I certainly will. Go ahead.
Cool. Okay, me, Ian Wolf, read my blurb. I'll be playing the gunner. The blast of hot air and as lead enters heads is what you live for. It's the only thing that puts any feeling back into your life. But the little guns are only enough in large doses. What you really need is a boom, not a bang. What better to provide that than a giant cannon on a tank? I will be playing one Alistair MacDonald. Everyone, though, calls him Alice. He is a surly-looking Scottish man with a prominent mustache and accompanying mutton chops. Kind of like that whole entourage. He is a gunner. His feats taken is take the shot, or his moves taken. Take the shot, but when you point out an important target to someone else, they get a +1 forward to hitting it. And I get to roll to help them using my skill instead of my worth. And if they kill the target, both of us get an honor point, which is equivalent to like a tally mark before you make an advance. So think of it like XP. He also has Demolitionist. No matter where he goes, he always has at least 3 explosives with him. He likes to collect those German, what is it, Steelhandgranat? Steilhandgranat. I don't know how to, I'm not German.
You talking about potato mashers, boy?
The potato mashers. This will look like baby rattlers or maracas.
Yeah, get
He's a
kid.
Yeah, he's a gunner. He likes it loud. What kind of surly looking Scottish man is going to be quiet, so he likes everything loud. Guns, his voice, everything. And
then we also have a driver, but we'll wait until he gets back because he still hasn't made his character yet. So we'll have him give us like just kind of the basic of what his character is before we do worth. But until then, we can move to making the tank, which everybody gets to do certain parts of the tank. Here it is. Alrighty. So, Heartsock. As the commander, you're the one who gets to see outside. Pick one. You can either have an open hatch at the top, you can have a sight slot, or a periscope.
Open hatch. Open hatch or no balls.
oh god, got our MacArthur as a group. It looks like.
I'll ask the driver what he wants when he gets back. Alice, as the driver, you know the good parts of your tank and how to use those parts. Pick
the
two.
gunner?
As the gunner, you know what your tank has on it. Pick two. A mounted gun, extra gas, rotating turret, an ammo stock, a radio, or a toolbox, and you're gonna pick 2 of them.
Rotating turret for sure. It's kind of hard to beat a tank without a rotating turret. And what I'm assuming the mounted gun's a sidearm accompanying, right?
With the open hatch, it would be like right in front of it, so anybody out of the open hatch could also fire it.
Yeah, mounted gun. Mounted gun and rotating turret. Final
Alrighty.
answer.
And Ajit, as the mechanic, you know all the bad parts of your tank. Pick 2. It's loud, a guzzler, heavy, cramped, slow, or unreliable.
It's going to be loud and heavy.
Alrighty.
Oh, baby. We're in a fucking KV1. Make sure you got your hammer out so you can hit the fucking gear shift to change it. Oh my god, I hate those things.
Alright, and because our driver still isn't back, we will move to this other page where we get to select countries. Because of the way the game is set up, there's already 5 countries in the war: Russia, America, Germany, Poland, and Japan. This is supposed to be like a World War II kind of era.
Mm.
And then everyone gets to pick one country, and I also get to pick a country. So, do we want to start at the commander for which country should be in the war?
The fucking U.S. I mean, what would a war be without
The
good old
ones that are
America?
already in it are Russia, America, Germany, Poland, and Japan.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you can
So,
get to
we're
add
These
picking
more.
ones at
ones
the
that
top are
aren't.
already in it.
Okay, so we're picking ones that we're picking ones outside of that.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
these bottom
So,
5 here.
All right.
And they don't have to be countries that were actually in them.
Oh shit. That's a good question, man. Fucking Australia.
Oh man, Australia.
Mm-hmm. Get the Aussie SAS in there.
Oh man. All right, Ian.
Africa.
Just all of Africa.
He said country. All of it.
Yeah, oh. Put Canada in there. We all blow up Canada.
Alrighty, Canada.
Nah. Yeah, hey, we're like a mercenary group, eh?
Is Canada your final answer?
Nah, what was the part of it with the Ottoman Empire and Morocco and all that?
Turkey?
Turkey.
What part of that was in Africa up there?
Egypt, Tunisia, Libya.
What part was actually in the war, though?
It doesn't have
Egypt
to be
was
actually in the
involved.
war. It could. You could just be like, it is now.
Russia, America, Germany, Poland. Let's throw in Spain. Get Spain
There you go.
involved in it.
All right, Zypher.
I'm just going to put India in there. Why not?
Hey, there you go.
Man.
They got enough people to field an army of infantry. I know that.
They were fucking hard. Yeah, India had some hard asses in the war when they were serving under the British.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one guy who charged a fucking group of MG bunkers by himself, killed 32 people, and only expired after he finally reached the top of the hill. Fucking madman.
And just for the hell of it, I'm gonna say Sweden.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
baby.
Benny.
Get the Vikings in there.
Swiss had some decent commando unit.
Mm-hmm.
Paratroopers too, wasn't it?
Switzerland?
Yeah.
No, Swedes. The Swedes.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
Swedes
yes, even
were-
the Swiss have like.
Swiss made them army knives.
Yeah. Finland was the most hard-ass country around that area during the war. They held off the Russians for fucking ever.
Okay, y'all keep talking. I want to go use the bathroom.
I mean, anytime you're gonna ride skis down with guns that with Papashas you've stolen from the Russians, and just light up armored convoys because you're insane. And then beat them in hockey. Pretty hardcore.
Okay. Well, once Ian gets back, we'll go over previous operations, which I will explain right now. During previous operations, you if you're sitting at a table, you just go around the table, starting with the person to the right of the GM. Oh, that's for naming countries that are in the war. So then you would go around the other way, and then each person says which country they've already previously attacked as part of the mercenary group and what that mission was about, which starts that country's countdown clock. And then the person to their left says how they helped in that operation, which moves it one tick forward. And then you continue around the table until everybody has said which one mission they've been on. And you can also pick the same country. So if everyone was like, we all attack, it might be like Germany has like a really high countdown clock while everybody else has like a really low one. Which would also mean that if you ever dealt with Germany again, you'd have a better chance of getting a newsworthy operation, which gives double honor.
Ooh, even more honorable. Poor donkey.
Yeah, he's having trouble connecting.
Alright, so who would lead off on that then, as far as the...
Well, because we ended with Zypher, it would be Zypher who starts.
Okay, so Zypher
So
would have, or not Zypher, Ajit Singh would have been in a mission against Japan.
Alrighty. And then, so what was that mission against Japan about?
So the mission was basically to take out what do you say, an airfield. Basically, roll in on an airfield and start just destroying their planes that were set up for kamikaze attacks. Destroy all the fuel stores, the explosive stores, and basically just wreak havoc. It was like one of those raids that they do. What do they call those long range raids? You're kind of really far behind enemy lines and just jury rigging as you go along, picking up any fuel you get, ammunition, weapons, food.
Alright. And then, because Ghost was the one who went before you last time, he'd be the one who helped you during this operation. And how did you help take out this airfield in Japan? Commander Hudsuck.
Well, I know some boys in the Navy that busted out of trouble a few times, surprisingly, despite them being on their ships most of the time. So basically, I got us to transport this fuck off airfield wherever it was, and then being the commander of the tank, I would assume that I guided actions and things like that as I was inside. Assuming that's the case, I was sort of working with doing my job on that end, as well as securing his transport to this some fuck off island they built an impromptu airfield on that we just smashed to pieces.
Yeah, and that's where the hard
Alright.
sock maneuver was also created.
It's when you drive through a building to hit something on the other side.
You line up all
Pretty
the
straightforward.
all the planes and just try and take them out without shooting any ammo. You need to conserve the shells.
Yeah, that's how we came up with it. It's like, oh yeah, we're out of shells. Well, we've still got this tank, so.
Alright. So then, let's say, alright, then Ghost, which country did you attack in an operation?
Well, I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Elephant being Germany. Shitheads, they are. As far as what the mission entailed, well, a couple of buddies from back in my tanker days got a hold of me and were reaching out, talking about some fellows with some clout. I can't name names because I don't want to get them in hot shit for using mercs. But there was a German bunker complex that was just being bypassed despite all the trouble it was causing with resupply efforts and fueling. No one felt like no one really wanted to divert resources to deal with it. So we went in and took care of business and just shut the whole show down, smashed every single bunker topside, and even for good measure, smoked it out with well, not strictly legal, not strictly covered under any kind of reasonable, humane. It's probably let's just say there are probably some humane violations with some of the chemicals that we used to make sure the bunker downstairs was dealt with. Because fuck Germans.
Alrighty, and Swamp would be the one who would say what he did. So we'll skip that. And then Swamp would get to attack someone, and then Ian would help. I don't know. I'll ask him when and if he gets back. But Ian, which country have you attacked?
Poland.
Alrighty, and what did you do to Poland?
I helped liberate a Polish official from Nazi Nazi hands. Because Poland itself during that time was already besieged by most everybody. It was pretty much a government in exile. German troops had captured an official, and they were holed up and stationed in a hotel complex, keeping the occupants and civilians hostage inside the complex. And it was part of our team to go in and
I might have missaid. It sounds more like you're attacking Germany than Poland. I might have said to help though.
well, yeah, it would have been in Poland, but I guess it would be against the German Axis, yeah, but it would be in Poland.
It's more about like, who did you shoot while you were there?
I see. So it's like, did you take a job to actually kill or destroy Polish
Okay,
property?
go
Yeah.
ahead and make it in Poland. Yeah, go ahead and make it in Poland.
Alrighty.
There was a Polish official that was captured, or not captured, but he was a rival to what remaining government organization leader types they had there, but he was one of those corrupt, nasty types. So we were sent in to make sure that he did not win and usurp the power and manage to get the bulk of the people on his side. So we were sent in after him and his remnant forces that were left. I had to take them out. Because you got to think their government got blown to hell during the war anyway, and you had the people that were vying for control of the people and their forces, and military and stuff. Something I guess you could think of them like maybe a corrupt general or something that tried to up and usurp the reins of power amidst the chaos. We had to go in and make sure he didn't do that.
Zypher, how did you help?
So Alice kept talking about this this attack type called the boom tube. Like, he just had to change. He would change the grain of his shells slightly to get like more effect every time he shot. But the drawback was it would end up jamming the turret, right, and it would also cause a lot of recoil throughout the tank. So Ajit was there, doing quick fixes and kind of making sure that the tank was in one piece while we executed boom tube.
Alrighty. Then really the last thing I have on the list before we pick an operation is worth. So if everybody wants to read their worth thing, we'll start at the commander, and then you can read your worth thing. And then just don't forget that we also have a driver who you can also select as part of your worth thing.
Well, for me, my worth thing says everyone here has potential. Give them all +1 worth, so everybody gets +1 worth.
Which means that on the commander sheet, you would write everybody's name and then +1 next to it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Then does our gunner want to go next?
Yeah, mine says someone here has to be able to use guns. And it means, it says I give +1 worth to the one you think is the most adept at firearms other than myself. That would, of course, be Willie Hartsock, Texas bred, born American soldier. Hoorah.
Fucking Alabama. Don't you get it wrong.
I know about guns.
I know about guns, boy.
No. Alice is from Scotland. To him, America is Florida, Texas, and California, and then the wastes.
Just be honest, it's probably just Texas and California. Let's be real.
Yeah,
We're
probably.
giving- we're giving too many
Yanks are all cowboys, right?
steers and queens.
Only 2 things come from Texas. Veal,
Cowboys and cows.
veal and pork chops.
Alrighty. Ajit, go ahead and do yours.
So mine says someone on your team keeps breaking shit. Give one person -1 worth. So so I'm
I do
gonna
like to fire the guns till they glow white hot.
yeah, let's do that. Like the boom tube, it works really well, but it breaks shit left, right, and center. So
What can I say? Them bastards were dug in deep.
so Ajit,
Stop!
so Alice breaks shit all the time. -1 worth.
Alrighty, and we'll get all this information for so you have a better internet. Alrighty, so then the next thing we need to do is pick which operation we're going to be doing. And I will reveal all the operation information to you guys. We have 3 operations. We have Avita Zen, the Godzilla treatment, and Dead of Dysentery.
Wait, say that again. Auf Wiedersehen.
We have Avita Zen, the Godzilla treatment, and Dead of Dysentery.
So India versus Japan,
Already-
Germany versus Spain.
And Sweden versus Poland.
So this is where we deliberate.
Yep, and I'll read the little operation descriptions.
Sure.
For Avita Zen, one of my men looks to be working for the Spanish army, thinking he can just abandon us without a proper goodbye. Maybe you can give him our traditional German goodbye by putting a bullet in his head. For the Godzilla treatment, those Japanese fucks think they're so impressive, trying to dip their hands into technology. Well, here in India, we can make tech too. So how about we do a trade? Get some of their tech, and we'll give them some of our own. And for Dead of Dysentery, it's become obvious our current line isn't going to hold. We'll need you to lead our troops and tanks back. But a retreating army is perfect pickings. Keep them protected while they try to get back.
Dead and Dysentery seems like a standard, normal combat mission.
Pays the least. It's pays the least, so if you're going by that scale, it would be one of the easier ones. So let's work with that as I'd work with that as my assumption. What is the purpose of
Fingers.
pay?
You can get pay, and then when and if your tank explodes, you can use it to buy a new one. You need 10 pay to buy a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also use it to buy better weaponry. You can use it to buy anything that isn't one of the main common weapons.
I think the Godzilla treatment is right in the middle. And hell, we have somebody from India, both as a player and playing a character that's from India. And who doesn't like Godzilla in a title?
That sounds good. I like the Godzilla treatment as well.
So it's good that you're on board, because if we decide to do this one, you're going to be the guy setting the bombs.
Awesome.
Since you've got the best know-how of anybody at this time. So, fuck's sake.
Either they will blow up or I will blow up.
Or both.
Thank you for calling technical support. This is Ajit Singh. How may I redirect your bomb?
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, when you said a bomb.
Actually,
When I miss, the bomb will go off.
treatment is the one that's going to. Godzilla treatment is the one that will pay the most, actually.
Off leader saying is 3.
There's 2 per player. Off leader saying is 3.
Oh, that's just straight 3. Yeah, 2 per player would be, yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh!
I'm reading wrong. So off leader saying is technically the easiest one by that scale. But see, we don't know how easy or hard anything is. That's just the pay. It's as hard as we make it when we roll dice. Anyway, yeah, Godzilla
It
treatment.
might also be that the Germans just don't want to pay you a lot for.
Yeah, they could always
like,
screw us
they're
over
fucking
because we are
pissed.
mercs, right? Yes, we could always get screwed over.
Well, they don't. They also might not want to pay us because I've fucked on them before. So if they had to deal with me, they don't want to pay me any money.
Or the Germans too. You know, they're mine. They don't need outside help.
Yeah. I think Godzilla treatment.
This is a loose end that they need tied up.
Yeah, they can tie it up themselves. I'm on board with fucking up Japan.
Alright. So,
Getting paid.
Godzilla treatment then?
Yep. It seems the Japanese have curry. Well, their curry sucks. My curry's better.
They got rice too, but their rice might be better than your rice. I don't know. Actually, you
Yeah.
know what? No, I prefer fucking traditional, not traditional, but like, what the fuck was that place called? I can't remember what it's called. I think I went to an Indian restaurant.
You
once.
prefer biryani or pulavs versus like just sushi rice?
Yeah, sushi rice. Sushi's fucking garbage. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't care how many people don't like me after that. I hate it.
I mean, I tried sushi once and it was just like, why does it taste like grass?
Yeah. I also ate an eel sushi thing when I was out on a date, and that was bad. So no more sushi. I've never felt more disgusted with myself. I've done some disgusting things.
Cool. Godzilla
Anyway,
treatment it
because
is.
Yep, but because our driver cannot connect to his own Wi-Fi, we'll probably have to end here. Make this a session 0.
Just running that bus over his back.
Hey,
Oh shit, we're almost out of gas. Hey, someone want to run out and grab something from the gas station? I want to put this bus over Swamp's back a couple more times. Alright, I'll go ahead and end.
wait. Before you do,
Sure.
can we do like maybe like a impromptu, right? So just we get a kind of get a hand of the mechanics. I mean, unless you guys already know how this thing works.
I mean, we could do. You could do one of the other two things, and it could be because those ones don't really. Like, I don't know how it's gonna work without everyone, but we
Yeah.
could try to run
No,
one
no,
of the
no.
other
I mean,
two.
you don't have to run the full operation. What I'm saying is, like, if you throw scenarios at us, and then we can roll, or we know then when the move takes place. It kind of becomes almost like a first session
Oh,
/ tutorial.
Do a flashback. One of the things we talked about already doing. Let's do it. Let's good prelude into fucking Japan up is to talk about how we've already fucked Japan up. So do the airfield. We can invent the heart sock maneuver.
okay then. I guess Alice was also there. It's just the Japanese didn't care.
Instead of Alice, I'll be Nigel Carruthers, sir.
Oh no!
Nice.
Alrighty.
He was undercover.
Mhm.
I'll be your resident gunner this evening.
Alrighty. So, the idling tank sits atop the hill on the small little island overlooking the airfield base. As Willie Hartsock sits out of the top with his arms up on the top of the tank, just looking down. And you slide back into the tank, and I'll hand it over to you.
All right, boys. Here's the deal. I'm looking out over that airfield. I see Japanese running up and down it. And come in from the side. Hit them hard. Hit them fast. Mess up, do as much damage as we can before they get up in their vehicles and set up their anti-tank defenses. And then bugger off into the woods.
Ajit looks at the commander and says, Commander, सही कहा आपने. आज इनकी माँ जुदाएंगे बेंचो. Let's do it, man.
Yeah. Good idea, Jeet. We'll do that.
I'll be Alice. What little Runty here said is right. Locked and loaded, ready to rock.
Alright, we're gonna try to keep things moving quick. Take targets of opportunity when you see them, Alice. Don't hesitate, just pull the trigger on it if it looks important.
I'm already pulling.
And just to fill the spot, your driver was somehow taken out by a setup minefield on the way in.
What the fuck?
So one of you three is going to have to take the driver's position to drive the tank.
Ajit can do
Ajit,
that.
You look qualified.
Yep.
Ajit, you got a driver's license?
Anyone can press a gas pedal.
Yes, Commander. It's almost like driving a bullock cart. No different. She's slow and loud.
You just keep the damn thing straight. I'll do the rest.
Alright, and if you need to fix anything, let me know. I'll pop down and take the wheel. I don't want to leave it to, well, and I look at Alice and I look back at Ajit and say, you know, and I would go back up to the top.
As you say, Commander.
Alright, so what's the next step?
Well, I'm going to try to come in. We're going to try to get the vehicle in bring the tank in on like a downslope on the side, and so we can bring it up over a sort of little natural valley thing, so we can obscure our approach and then bring it up over the top and just start fucking laying waste to everything. It's just a quick smash and dash, do as much damage as possible with the airfield and leave, in my mind. So it's the approach first and then the surprise.
Would you say our approach is
Alright.
on an incline? Like we are coming down an incline?
Coming down a decline, and then we'll go over an incline to pop up into the base if we have that. If not, we'll just try to use tree cover until we can get close enough to where it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Alright, then I think you're trying to roll to get the upper hand.
Ooh. Who's gonna make that roll? Me,
Well, the
probably.
commander is, because the commander made the plan.
Roll
Get the upper hand. When you
plus
roll a
reflex.
roll plus reflex. Okay, so that's gonna be, for me,
You should be able to
a
click your
straight up
tokens on
roll.
screen and it'll...
Yep. Oh, okay. Just saying reflex
didn't
G.
work.
That's weird.
Yep, it didn't work. I don't know what happened. Just roll / roll. I'll figure it out later.
Flash roll 2d6.
Yep.
Okay, it's a complication if I remember right.
Nope, you just pick one.
Okay. Oh, okay, so
Reflex
I'm
is
trying
a
to...
0.
Yeah, I have no reflex. Okay.
I suggest deal major damage.
Yeah, that seems good. Let's deal major
Alright,
damage.
deal major damage means whatever damage you deal will be doubled.
Oh, baby.
Which just means that Alice is definitely looking down his sights and not spraying and praying.
Hmm.
Alright, so deal major damage.
Deal major damage sounds good.
Alrighty, so you come over this incline, and to the surprise of the Japanese, they all start shouting in a different language. As Ian, I think you're able to take whatever action you would like to take.
Basic move.
No, you can just role play something out, and then I'll tell you if it's a move.
Oh. Pardon my racist sounding comments about to happen.
Oh, baby.
Well, in this game, it's difficult to avoid them.
Mm-hmm. I just want to give a forewarning.
Yeah.
Period specific racism is fine.
All right, you slant-eyed bastards! Old Alice has got something for ya! Start bombing, trying to hit like airplanes and runways and stuff like that.
Alrighty.
Because it's an airfield we're hitting, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Reload, fire!
so you hit one of these planes and it like collapses in on itself and explodes, and the Japanese are just running everywhere. They're trying to get stuff ready. They're trying to frantically get stuff ready to try to fight you, because they're out here on this little island. They didn't expect anybody to come out here. Yeah, so they didn't even know you knew about this place. But a couple of the planes are able to take off. It's not a very good takeoff, not a very steady takeoff, but they are able to take off.
Hmm.
One of them, of course, is blown almost immediately out of the sky by the ever watchful Alice, while the other one is going to circle around and is going to try to drop some bombs on you.
Crazy
And
fucker
shoot
bombing his own
our
base.
current... Yep. I mean, you already found it. It's not a secret anymore.
Fair enough.
It was a kamikaze base anyway. So that means that our current driver, Ajit,
Mhm.
gets to try to do some actions to avoid this dropping bomb.
So Ajit, he's assuming that Alice is going to kind of scream over the loud engines that some of the planes have taken off, and they're now going to turn around and come after him. He puts the tank in in high gear and starts bringing it towards the base, trying to get it hidden among the buildings and other uh, like jeeps, vehicles, the anti-aircraft guns, trying to hide the tank among all of that so that the uh, the planes have a hard time to try and track our tank and hit it.
Yep, I think you're either getting the upper hand or taking your chances, and you can make that choice.
Um, uh, Taking chances.
Alrighty, and I definitely think you're either. I definitely think you're thinking fast and on your feet, so B plus reflex.
Plus reflex. Cool. Da, da. 6 plus 1. I think my reflex is. Ooh,
Oh, that couldn't have been much
it
worse.
wasn't fast enough.
Time for the hard sock maneuver.
Alrighty. Is that just the +1 from your reflex?
Yes.
Well, because the commander is still in the tank, becomes a 6. Doesn't really change anything.
Okay. Oh, the worth is added. Okay, perfect. I see.
No, it's just
No,
+1.
I just get a +1 for anything
Oh,
with me.
okay, nice. So what happens is Ajit starts kind of like maneuvering the tank in between all these like buildings, but he can't see very well, and he's still a little new to driving this tank, and he's like, "Iski maa ki pen chut," and he keeps hitting into things, not doing a good job of keeping the tank like lined up and trying to avoid all the
Yep.
obstacles.
And as you take a turn too sharp, the entire tank goes kertrunk to the left, and it just stops. Just stops in its tracks.
And then
Oh, shite!
Well, shit.
ah,
Ajit, what the hell are you doing down there?
अरे यार,
The
क्या हुआ?
commander from his spot outside of the open hatch can take a real quick glance over and see that your tank has slipped off of its treads.
And
Oh, shit. Alright, Ajit. Well, you fucked it up. You're going to fix it. I'll cover you. Get out here and start working on that damn tread.
right away, Commander. Right away. Um,
Alice, get your fucking rifle. Step out.
so I'm
Don't
gonna
we still
do.
we still have 2 airplanes trying to bomb us too, don't we?
It's just one right now.
Oh, is there
Already
any way?
shot one
Is
down.
any way I can emulate a take the shot action on the commander? Is that my entire action if I do that, or?
It's not like Dungeons and Dragons where it's like take this action and that's your action. It would be like if you wanted to, you could point out the plane and be like,
I wanted
that out, and it would be like, okay, if he decides to take his chances, he can have a +1 forward.
Yeah, because okay, I'll tell you what I'll emulate it through role play, and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
Okay, as soon as you tell me, get your rifle, I go, rifles, hell no, Captain. Or he says, you take the big gun, get that bastard up there in the sky. I got these fuckers. And start going to the open hatch and getting onto the mounted gun and going, all right, time for some twinkling lights, and draw it back and start opening up on the ground troops while the commander hopefully pops a shot up at them.
Oh, shit. Alright, move, damn it.
All right, so it sounds like we've got take a shot, which will give +1 forward to the commander's take your chances roll.
Guns
And
blazing.
then, yep.
You want to? Yeah, that one up there. He says, wait till it dips down and try to aim for the nose first, and then go up to it.
And then we've got a provide cover fire from the gunner as well, which is plus courage.
Alright, so here's mine.
Oh,
Do I get a +1 because of the commander?
You sure do. I'm in the tank.
Yep. And also you
Backwards
and
is
the
working.
commander both mark honor as the plane explodes.
Get banged to fuck.
It kind of does the shrapnel glide over you, and then it just like smashes itself right into the base. Alrighty, that's your provide cover fire. So you get to pick one of them.
Oh,
Whoa!
The dogs are right here, and I'm trying to get them to go to sleep, and they won't. And Baxter just bit Hank.
Holy shit!
yeah.
He's okay.
Take no damage means he would take no damage.
Yeah. Oh no. Protect allies from harm would mean he takes no damage. Take no damage means you take no damage.
Okay, I'm going to use it for the push enemies back into cover.
Okay, before that happens, that means if you don't take an option, that basically means that option just doesn't happen. Which means if you don't protect allies from harm, or you don't take no damage, then you do take damage, and your allies probably also get hurt.
Oh, well, I'll protect allies from harm then.
Alright.
That's right, you little slant-eyed devils. Get back down.
Alrighty. Then, as you are providing cover fire, there's quite a few of the men who drop, but also between the flash of your own gun firing, you are unaware as a bullet rips through your shoulder. And now you get to make the harm move, which is when you take damage outside of the tank, roll plus reflex plus armor.
Do I have any armor?
I don't believe so. Some moves give armor. I think the commander has untouchable, which gives him armor.
Does his +1 confer to this roll?
Yes, because you're still kind of in the tank.
Yep.
Blam!
Outrageous.
Alrighty. On a 10 plus, you shrug it off and take no damage.
It'll take a lot more than... Exactly!
Affirmative
Yeah.
growl. It's amazing.
Alrighty, and then finally, our mechanic gets to fix complications, or he can roll his jury rigging, which is basically the same.
yes, I'm going to roll my. I've taken jury rig and the best at what I do
Okay,
as my move, so I'm going to try the best at what I do
alrighty.
to fix the tank. So,
Alrighty, which
so
means that for your fixed complications roll, you get +1 for.
cool. And then what is it going to be? My know-how?
Fixed complications is yes.
So you're gonna effectively get +3 to this.
+3. Nice. Oh my god.
You're fucking
You
us,
still
mate.
did it.
Yeah.
It's just that for the best at what I do, on a 7 to 9, you can pick one from the fixed complications list or one from this move.
What's the fix?
And you cannot take. I could do it if I had cover fire because you already had cover fire.
Okay, so So is the complication fixed, or I didn't quite get it?
No, you pick one from the fixed complications list, which is in the basic moves. It's near the bottom. Or you can pick one from the best of what I do move.
Oh, okay. What's the fixed complication list? Where is that?
It's not great, but it'll work for now. I wasn't fast enough to animate time to plan, or I got shot.
Ooh.
I got shot. Let's do that.
All right.
It won't
So
be
as
fixed.
you-
It won't be fixed though, will it?
It will.
No, it is.
He just takes damage.
It is. You just take.
Potentially.
You're gonna have to make the harm move as well
Okay.
as a bullet. Also, it hits you in the side, and you kind of crumple to the ground for a second.
Okay. So how do I do the harm
So
move? So that's
make the harm move. You roll plus reflex.
plus reflex. Okay.
And +1 for the commander bonus.
No, he's not in tank.
No.
Edgy's not in the tank. He's outside.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
on
the
a miss, you
kind of-
take full damage.
So what is my harm at now?
Let's see. For a revolver deals 2 harm. So 2 of your segments are filled.
Oh, so 2 out of 6. And then Adit will scream out while he's fixing the treads in the tank. He's like, "Ah! Teri maa ki behen choot, sale, tere ko." And then he kind of continues muttering under his breath. And then eventually he fixes it while he's bleeding, and he's kind of clutching his side. And then he gets back in the tank. He's like, "Commander, it is fixed. But I seem to have a hole in me now. But we can look at that later."
Oh shit! Oh, fuck, you still good to drive, boy?
I'll drive this tank if it's the last thing I do.
Try not to bleed on my ammo.
Oh, fuck, all right then. You're a tough son of a bitch. Hang in there. We'll finish this up and get out. Alice, get the fuck off my gun. Get back on yours.
Righto, commander.
All right,
All
let's
right.
pick it back up. And get the hell moving.
What's the next step?
Get back out on the planes out of the sky. Get back on the runway and keep doing damage. That's the plan.
Is there a basic end goal? Is it just to eradicate all the Japanese here? Or is it? To
Oh,
destroy the
we're
building
just
that's-
driving through, so I'm thinking we're probably like halfway, maybe quarter of the way through. I don't know. You can tell me, but we're just trudging through the airfield, smashing a bunch of shit, and we're just gonna leave. Are there any planes trying to take off? Because I got something fun that I'd like to do.
If you've got something fun that you'd like to do, yeah, sure.
Oh man, that dog's excited for this. So coming out onto the runway, maybe there's a plane coming towards us, and I'm gonna see it, and maybe Alice is shooting in another direction, but I see this plane coming and spinning up, and I'm wondering, I wonder, would a plane be able to take direct contact from a tank driving through it? And I'm assuming Ajit sees what I see as well, so he can roleplay it out.
Yes, Commander. I think I know what you want to do. And then Ajit kind of puts his foot down on the gas, and the tank. Everybody feels like a massive lurch as the tank starts speeding up.
Smash right through that sucker, Ajit. Run him right into the ground, and then I'm gonna go down into the hatch because I don't feel like getting my goddamn head cut off by rotor blade.
That sounds like the one in charge.
It sure does. So he's gonna get +2 forwards for this, because he's gonna get 1 from being in a tank and then 1 from doing something very dangerous.
Yep. So you're taking your chances, and you're taking your chances by plowing through. Plus courage.
Awesome. So +2 for the forward, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then is
Yep.
it +1 because I'm in the tank?
No,
So you're getting
it's
+1 from.
It's +1 from both his moves, so it's
Ah.
+2.
I see. And then my own courage is 1, so +3. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being in
There
the
you
tank
go.
was already figured.
Cool.
Sort of.
Alrighty. So this plane, he's he thinks that he can take off before he hits you, or he thinks that he can go through you, which apparently he's wrong.
And that's how the hot
As,
sock maneuver is created.
as the tank and the plane meet, the tank rips off the front wheel of the landing gear, and the plane crumples to the ground behind you and explodes.
And you can
Well,
hear Ajit laugh like a maniac in the driver's seat.
I want to try one final maneuver, and we can probably end this with that. Hopefully, the
Yep.
dice gods will be good to me.
That
Do it.
also means that our commander has 2 honor.
Nice.
Outrageous.
Now, Alice is, he's ducks down, braces himself while y'all charge through the airplane. Then when he pops back up, he sees that it's successful. So he immediately spins it around to fire at the remaining troops. And he's purposely delaying the timing of his shots and reloading. Because what he's doing is he'll fire, take longer than normal to reload, fire. And basically he's providing backup fire on the troops. And what he's trying to do is get the upper hand. It's because he's going to go from delayed to like quick fire as fast as he can, and in theory, as long as if I can get 10 or higher, I got an idea how it'll do us for a going out scene.
Alrighty, then go ahead and roll get the upper hand.
+1 from me, and then
Yeah.
whatever you got.
Yes!
There you go. Alrighty.
I will choose deal major damage, scatter the troops, and get off the radar.
Oh,
Alrighty.
baby.
Nice.
Basically, it's just like boom, boom. They're all like trying to reform around. Like, you know how it is. Troops reform in between gunfire reloads. It's like right when I think where I got them, that's when I just start double tapping, like da 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 da.
Alrighty. Do you want to roleplay how you get out of here then?
Yeah,
I'm shooting a gun, so you two go.
Yeah, so
but she's the driver.
the way
Unless
Alice
the
is.
commander wants to yell anything.
Oh no. I'm just looking out my hatch. I can't believe it actually worked with us trying to hit the airplane. I just thought we were gonna. I was just like, okay, we're not gonna move in time, so let's see what happens. I guess. And so I'm dumbfounded. It's like, shit. All right, Ajit, floor it, and keep them pinned down, and then go ahead, Ajit, whatever you do.
Rocked around. That's right. Run home to mama and eat some sushi.
And Ajit like sees what's happening, and he hears the gun go out, like kind of start changing its pace of shooting shells, and he's like, "Yes, Commander, let's get out of here. I think Alice has done a wonderful job." And he puts his foot to the pedal to the metal, and he just starts driving. And if I'm allowed to, I would like to use the mapped out move. I just know the terrain by now so well that um, I know which buildings to go behind, which burning trucks to go behind, and and not to kind of get the tank stuck in any craters formed by all our shells and other bombs. And using the burning burning airbase as a backdrop, the tank crests the hill along which it came.
You don't have to. You wouldn't be able to make the mapped out move because you don't have it. You could take if you had an advancement and you take a move from a different playbook and you took that and you took
Okay.
mapped out, then you would be able to use it. But it doesn't matter because LS has already taken get off the radar.
Oh, cool.
So you are successful in your endeavors.
Yes,
And are able to get
Flurar.
out, and we will do Godzilla treatment during the next actual time when we play.
Oh, baby.
Cool.
Go ahead
Cool.
and end the recording now if it's good.
Yep, stopping recording.